What's the first thing you notice? Are you indoors or outdoors?
Outdoors.
Is it daytime or nighttime?
I think it's daytime.
What is this place? What's the first impression that you get?
Just see grass, green.
Green grass. Yes. And look down at your feet. What do your feet look like? Even if you think you're making it up, what's the first thing you notice?
I keep getting like a tentacles
Tentacles, yes.
vibe. Yeah.
Very good. And if you knew, what does the rest of your body look like? Just feel it.
It's cold.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
I feel like it's like a blue suit around my body.
A blue suit, yes.
Mm.
And this body that you have, is this a type of human body?
No.
No. What does your body
Mm.
look like?
It's just purple and blue.
Purple and blue. Very good. So I'd like for you to go ahead and stretch out your arms. How many arms do you have?
Two.
Two. And what do they look like?
They're kind of like tentacles.
Tentacles. So if you turn
Yeah,
them
the
around, what do they have?
kind of looks like suction,
Like suction. Very good.
like suction pads,
Like
but
suction pads. Are they on your feet also? Or just on your hands?
feels like there's just one each on the bottom of my feet.
Very good. Very
Mm.
good. What else do you notice about your skin?
It's rough.
What makes your skin
Mm.
rough?
And there's like spots on it
Yes. And
as if
these,
like
mm-hmm,
freckles or but they're bigger.
yes. And when you touch these spots,
Mm.
what does it feel like? Are they hard or soft?
They're just in with my skin.
Okay, very good. Now I'd like for you to focus on your head. What does your head look like? Do you have a head?
It's kind of big eyes.
What's the shape of your
Um,
eyes?
kind of like cat-like, I guess,
Yes. What else do you notice?
but they're big. I don't have any hair.
No hair.
Mm.
What's on the top of your head?
It just kind of comes into a pink color.
Yes. Yes. And besides your eyes, what other features do you notice on your face?
Just two holes for my nose.
Two holes
There's
for your...
no structure.
And your mouth? Do you have a
Mm.
mouth?
Yeah, it feels very small.
Mm-hmm. So as you look at your body, do you feel that it has a gender? Is it male or female?
Female.
Female, very good. And what distinguishes your body to be female? What does it feel?
It's just, I feel like I could see it in the eyes.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
And just a bit of the face structure.
Yes, very good. And the face, is it also blue, purple? What color
Uh,
is it?
it's blue and purple.
Mm-hmm.
And then as it comes up to like here,
Mm-hmm.
it's like pink here.
Very good. Very good. Is it round or pointy? What does the head look like?
It's round, but it's kind of a little bit oblong.
Mm-hmm. Oblong. Very good. All right, so
Mm.
now that we know what your body looks like, I want you to focus on where you are. What is this place? What do you notice first?
When I look up to the sky, I see space.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yes.
the grass is very green
Mm-hmm.
and it's flowy.
Yes. Is it
And then when
low?
I look up to the sky, it's very long.
Mm-hmm.
Comes up to my hips.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then when I look up to the sky, it's very clear. I can see all the stars.
Mm-hmm. Can you see the stars in the daytime? Or is it nighttime?
I think it's nighttime,
Mm-hmm.
but
Very good.
it feels like this is always how it is.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So take a moment now and just acclimate yourself to this place. What else do you notice besides the grass and the sky? Let's begin to explore this place. What do you notice first? Mm-hmm.
Um, I get the feeling someone else is here with me.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
A male.
Mm-hmm. What does this male look like? If you knew, even if you think you're making it up.
He has tusks.
He has tusks.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
He's
And what,
very tall.
very tall. And what does his body look like?
It's, it's like an animal, but he's standing on like the hind legs.
Mm-hmm. And this animal, does it have any particular type of skin or fur?
It's like a tan kind of fur, but like a more tan beige.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's very long fur.
Mm-hmm. Yes. What else do you notice about him?
Mm. He has like paws.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Do you know
Mm.
this other being?
I feel a strong connection to him.
If you knew, what is the relationship to him?
Brother.
A brother. Very good. Very good. So let's find out more about you and your life and where you live. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. And I want you to be in the place, when I get to number 3, where you live. 1, 2, and 3. Where are you?
It's like a temple.
Describe it for me.
I mean, like a courtyard. It's like cobbled.
A cobbled courtyard.
Um, there's one main section that's like a very high circular temple
Yes.
with a red roof.
Yes. What happens in this place?
Doesn't feel like there's anyone else here.
Is this your home?
I think so, yes.
So I'd like for you to explore this place and tell me what do you see? What stands out to you?
There's a very large dining area. It's a very large table.
What's the shape of this place?
Feels like a very small compound area.
Yes.
Can't really see anything outside of this area.
Yes.
But it feels like it's just me and my brother here.
Very good. And besides the table, are there any places to sit, or what is there?
There's bench seats at the table.
Very good. And in this dining area, do you eat?
Yes.
So let's find out what it is that you eat to nourish this body. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, you'll see your meal before you. 1, 2, and 3. What do you notice?
It's like a bowl of slugs.
A bowl of slugs, yes. Are these slugs alive or dead?
They're alive.
And how is it that you consume these slugs?
Through my mouth.
Yes. Does your brother eat the same thing?
Yes.
Very good.
Although he also has bark.
What does he have?
Bark. Like
Bark.
a tree.
So he eats the bark of a tree? Yes. Very good. Is there anything else that you consume?
No.
No. Very good. So now we're going to close that scene and go to a time in that lifetime when something very important happens. Something that affects your life. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, you'll be there. 1, 2, and 3. Notice if you're indoors or outdoors.
Outdoors.
Where are you?
I'm in a village.
Are you alone or with others?
There's others.
What do they look like?
Humans.
Yes. Tell me more.
I feel very afraid.
Yes. This village where you're visiting, is it in the same place that you live?
Yeah.
Notice this fear that you have. What is the fear? They don't like me. What
It's
happens?
like I'm standing on this wooden, um, like a large wooden stage, I
Yes.
guess. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like they're all looking at me as they walk past.
Mm-hmm. Do they say anything to you?
No,
Mm-hmm.
they're just their faces.
Yes. What
Um,
happens when they see you?
they're angry
Mm-hmm.
and disgusted.
Yes.
Um,
Do they say anything?
they just scoff at me. One person yells out "witch,"
Mm-hmm. Yes.
but I feel very ostracized.
Mm-hmm. Take a look at your body as you're there. What do you look like?
I'm a female.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I
Continue.
see like a blue and beige dress,
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes.
red hair.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got dirt all over my face.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
No shoes.
Yes.
Mm.
And on this platform, is something holding you there?
Mm. I have my hands bound behind my back.
Yes. What happens next?
Um, I can see like fire
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. Where do you notice this fire?
at my feet.
Yes. Yes. What happens next?
I'm begging them,
What do you say to them?
please stop.
Mm-hmm. And notice how they react when you say this.
Just keep walking by. Some of them, other ones throw food at me.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Continue. What happens next?
I keep looking for someone I know,
Yes.
but no one's there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just me.
Yes. Yes. Continue. What happens?
The
This.
fire's coming up my dress now.
Yes. Yes.
I don't feel it or smell it. I just see it.
Yes. What happens next?
They're cheering.
Yes. Continue. What happens?
My hands are still bound. Um, it's up at my throat now, the fire.
Yes. Continue.
Still scared, but I feel like I'm starting to make peace.
Mm-hmm. And notice as this is happening, where is your soul when all of this is happening?
Mm. I feel like I can see what looks like my soul
Mm-hmm.
to the left of me. The crowd
Yes.
is yelling in front of me, but my
Mm-hmm.
soul is looking back at my body.
Yes. And what happens? What happens to this body?
It burns,
Very good.
but
So
my
I want,
soul is just looking at it as if it's done.
very good. Beautiful. So I'd like for you now to take that soul out of that experience and take her into the light. Take this soul into the light and tell me when you're there.
There,
Very good. So I'd like for you to select a color or two that represents healing for this soul, to give this woman back her voice, to give her back that security of being herself and authentic. What color do you choose?
green.
Beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and strike the tuning fork, and I want you to cover this soul in green. Breathe in that green, and as you do, I want you to understand that with the death of that body, that experience is over. The soul will have the opportunity to see Elijah again, to be connected with him. This was simply an experience that the soul needed. But the soul is no longer trapped in that experience, in that fire. Now you have the ability to be yourself, to release that experience, knowing that you are here to heal others with your knowledge and with your gifts of love. Tell me how that feels.
Feels powerful.
Very good. As I count from 1 to 3, allow yourself to be guided to the next experience. 1, 2, and 3. You're there. Notice if you're indoors or outdoors.
Indoors.
Are you alone or with others?
There's one other.
Notice how old you are there.
40s.
What do you look like there?
I have olive skin.
Yes.
Can't really see from the waist down. I'm in water.
Does this body feel male or female?
Female.
What does the top look like?
I have dark hair
Yes.
down to my shoulders. I have paint on me.
Yes.
It's like gold.
Yes. And you say you're in water?
Yeah, it's like a pool.
Yes. What do you imagine you're doing in that water?
Just relaxing.
Yes.
But I have like there's a person watching me.
Is this person a male or a female?
Male.
Male. How do you feel as he watches you?
Guarded. He's guarding me.
Yes. And what is the reason that you need to be guarded? What is your role there?
My husband.
Yes.
like a leader.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I'm I lead with him sometimes.
Yes. Tell me more.
Yeah. Mm. He's very stern, but he's respected.
Yes. Look into his eyes. The eyes are the window to the soul. Do you recognize those eyes?
Kind of. I don't know who they are. I don't know.
Okay. So I want you to just feel the relationship that you have with him.
We respect each other a lot.
Very good.
There's love, but I feel like sometimes his work gets in the way.
What do you call your husband?
Mm. Mm. Shudge. Shudge. Mm.
What do you call yourself?
Mm. I
Very good. So you're in the water, relaxing. This gold paint that you have on your skin, does it signify something?
It's gold paint outlined with black.
What kind of design is that?
It's like a band around my arms.
What does it represent, this band around your arm?
There's a bird in it.
Yes. Is this simply for decoration or does it mean something?
I feel like the band on my right arm means something.
Yes.
I talk to a bird or something.
Very good. Very good. So let's close this scene now, and I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and let's go to the next important scene in that same lifetime. 1, 2, and 3. You're there. Notice where you are.
We're outside.
Who's with you?
My husband.
Yes. What's happening?
Where there's a meeting. Um, we're sitting above everyone else
Yes.
by his side. And it's very arid where we are. But all of the people are below us.
Yes.
My husband is talking about a victory.
Yes.
And everyone's cheering.
If you knew, what kind of victory is it?
There was conflict with another area close by.
Yes. And if you knew, where is this area that you're in, this arid area?
It's here on Earth.
Yes.
It kind of looks like Egypt or something.
Very good.
Um, there's a part of me that's not happy with my husband. Um,
Continue. What happens?
everybody's happy for him. He's telling everybody that we'll celebrate. But he
Yes.
also knows I'm not happy with him
Mm-hmm. Yes.
in the way that he went with the negotiations.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I didn't want anyone to be harmed.
Yes.
But he said this is necessary for our people.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a say in what happens with your people?
I'm more connected with them than he is,
Mm-hmm.
but they admire him.
Yes.
So he's the leader.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He and I talk, but his decision is final.
Mm-hmm. So move forward, advance a little bit, and see what happens next.
We're fighting.
Yes.
He's asked all the guards to leave. Um, I told him there was another way around this, that no one needed to be harmed. But he says I don't understand
Yes.
and
He
that I
was.
shouldn't be involved in
Mm.
decisions anymore.
So notice the emotions that are coming up. How is this making you feel?
Angry.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I feel like as his partner, I should be able to make these decisions with him.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But I'm always pushed aside. So I feel more at home with the people.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I feel that he does love me, but he doesn't like me to get in the way of his work.
Yes. What happens next? Move forward.
Mm. I've left and I'm trying to understand the people more.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I don't want to be in the temple place with him anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I also don't want to leave my people.
How do they react to you knowing that you've left?
Some are angry,
Mm-hmm.
some are welcoming. I try to find other ways to help them, to console them.
Yes.
I don't go against my husband, though.
How are you treated by your people?
I feel like a lot of the women are welcoming to me. A lot of the females, they're very nurturing.
Yes.
Some of the males are, but they're with my husband,
Yes.
I think. I feel like I don't like the war of it all.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I feel like there's other ways to negotiate.
Yes. So what happens next? Advance to the next important scene. Yes. Just unmute yourself. Mm-hmm. So notice what happens to you.
Well, the women take me to, it's like a cave.
Yes.
They say this is where they go to hide from men sometimes.
Mm-hmm. What is special about this cave?
It's just, it's like there's a woman, and she's got like this orb between her hands.
Mm-hmm.
She's showing me.
Yes.
She says, "This is what we hide."
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mm.
What is the abilities of this orb? What does it do?
It's a lot of energy.
Mm-hmm. What do you do with it, with this energy?
She's putting it into her body.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The other women are very happy. They're smiling at her. And then
Mm-hmm.
they're looking back at me.
Yes.
Mm. There's another woman. She has a green ball. She's holding it in her hands like this.
Mm-hmm. What does she do with that bowl?
She can make it small. She can make it as big as she wants.
Mm-hmm.
She set it on top of her head and then it goes into her body. I can see green in her eyes and then it goes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And now they're saying to me, now you.
Yes.
So I put my hands out and there's like a spark. Then there's this white yellow ball.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm just looking at it and it's so warm. I can feel it on my face.
Yes.
I can hear another woman say, "I knew, I knew." And I'm just holding it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so much energy.
Yes.
I
What
don't
do you
know.
do with this ball?
Set it on my lap. But it feels like it absorbs into my stomach and my uterus.
Mm-hmm. And
It's just warm.
once you've absorbed it, what do you feel from this energy?
It's warm.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
There's power in it. There's a lot.
Yeah. Yes.
They say now that is yours.
Mm-hmm. What do you
They
do
say
with
we
this
all
power? Yes.
we all have different colors. That's
Mm-hmm.
our energies.
Yes.
They say different colors are different things, different meanings.
What is the color that you have?
It's like a white yellow.
Mm-hmm. And what is the meaning of that one?
Just sexual energy and healing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what are you meant to do with this sexual energy and healing?
They say I've lost a divine feminine.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm putting that energy back in so I can be whole.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Yes.
can also create smaller balls and I can give that to other women.
Yes.
But it doesn't take away from my energy.
Mm-hmm. And can this energy be taken, stolen from you?
I don't think so, no.
Very good. Very
It's
good.
very much my energy.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So I want you to advance in this lifetime and tell me what happens now that you have this energy within you.
The women are becoming less fearful of the men.
Mm-hmm.
I taught them we'd go to our cave we would learn how to harness that energy
Mm-hmm.
to not be scared anymore,
Very good.
to stand in our power.
Mm-hmm. So I'd like for you now to advance to the last day of your life in that lifetime. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, you will be there. 1, 2, and 3. Notice where you are.
Back in the temple.
Mm-hmm. How old are you there?
50s.
Mm-hmm. What's happening with your body?
I've journeyed a lot,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
but my husband called me back,
Mm-hmm.
said he had to speak. I went there to speak with him,
Yes.
but it was an ambush.
Mm-hmm. What has happened?
All of his guards are there.
Mm-hmm.
He's not happy with me. He doesn't like the power I have. And he doesn't like that I've been down, as he says, down with the other people.
Yes.
He doesn't think highly of his townspeople.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He he doesn't like that the women of the town and I have grown more powerful. If we grow more powerful, we speak up more and we're less afraid.
Yes.
He doesn't like that.
What happens?
I show him this ball of energy. It's purple though. And I said that this is mine. You can never take this from me. No matter what you do, you can't take my energy.
Mm-hmm.
He tells me to stop what I'm doing. And I tell him that I won't, that I'm no longer afraid of him and I no longer answer to him. He's threatening me with like a dagger. It's gold.
Mm-hmm.
He's got like this big crown on
Yes.
as well. And then he holds it up to my throat. He says, if I don't stop and go back with him, he'll kill me and kill all the women. I tell him I'm not coming back and that they're powerful too, and that he would have to fight them too. He hugs me. And at first, I'm confused. But then he stabs me
Where does he stab you?
in my back.
Mm-hmm. What happens as you feel this knife in your back?
He whispers that he loves me,
Yes.
but I just feel betrayal.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I feel that even though we've had our differences, we still respected each other.
Yes.
But he feels I was still getting in his way.
Notice what happens to your body now.
It just starts to go limp.
Mm-hmm.
I try to fight him, but I can't.
I want you to notice the last thing that this brain thinks before you leave that body.
Just looking at him and I'm happy with what I've done with my life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy to go.
Very good. So, what's been the most traumatic part of all of this life? The most difficult part?
Probably being silenced when I'm with him and
Yes.
not realizing that I have something inside of me
Mm-hmm.
until I left.
Yes. Yes. So, I want you to notice this feeling of being silenced. Where does that come up in the lifetime of Ginny?
I feel like she's always been silenced.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Always.
Yes. And notice where she has felt this betrayal again in this lifetime.
Those she trusted.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So when you feel this betrayal, this being silenced, notice what it makes you do in the lifetime of Ginny.
Makes me angry.
Mm-hmm. And when that angry feeling comes up, all this anger, notice how your body reacts to this anger.
It's like a fire
Yeah.
inside.
Yes, very good. And when you feel this fire inside, notice what are the reactions that the body does. How does it react?
Just
Mm-hmm.
starts to consume energy of everything.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I want you to notice in the lifetime of that woman, is there anything that she needs to complete that lifetime?
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. What does she need? Has her
Of the
energy?
woman, of the
Mm-hmm.
woman that was killed.
Yes. Mm-hmm. By her husband.
She,
Was any of that energy taken from her?
I feel like just a little bit is
Mm-hmm.
left on the blade.
Very
It's
good.
like it oozed, like
Good.
blood.
Very good. So I'd like for you to go ahead and demand that you take back that energy now. Take it back.
It's mine.
Mm-hmm.
That is all of my energy. It's not
Yes.
yours. I told you you can't have
Take it back. Begin to feel that energy now.
it.
Very good. Very good. And now we're going to take that soul out of that experience. And I'd like for you to go ahead and take her into the light. And tell me when she's there.
She's there.
Mm-hmm. So now, let's select a color that represents healing for that soul.
Yellow.
Very good. So I'm going to strike the tuning fork, and I want you to go ahead and begin to breathe in that yellow. Understanding with the experience of that lifetime, you have now the power within you through every lifetime to use that power. Once again, feeling whole. And then with the death of that body, that experience is over. Only the power remains. The betrayal is finished. You now have all of your power back. You are whole. Breathe it in, wrap yourself in that yellow. And let me know how this body feels.
vibrating.
Very good.
Feels
Very good.
good.
Very good. So now we're going to look into the fear of the dark.
Just
Now,
wanted to say that
yes.
it feels like that ball in my chest has started to just flow through the rest of my body, like relax into it now.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Feel the warmth as it goes through.
So nice.
Very good. So I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and let's focus on that fear of the darkness. When I get to number 3, I want you to feel that feeling that you feel when you turn off the lights and feel something there. 1, feeling the darkness now. 2 and 3. What do you notice?
It's just pitch black.
Yes.
There's
Yes.
like 2 or 3 other energies here with me.
And if you do, what are these energies all about?
One's familiar.
Yes.
It's benevolent.
Yes.
Could be a guide.
Yes.
It's a male feel like
Yeah.
energy here.
So take a moment now and address this energy and ask the question, who are you?
Who are you?
The answer will appear as a thought in your own mind.
It's a guide.
Yes. Why is
I've
this
seen
guide
him
there?
before.
Yes.
I I had a nap the other day and I saw his face. It startled me because I didn't know who it was.
Yes. What is this guide's role in the life of Ginny?
Protection.
Yes. Very good. What are the other 2 energies?
One's a female.
Yes.
She's also a guide.
Connect with her. What is her role in your life?
Love.
Yes. Does she feel familiar?
She feels a little
Yes. And who's the 3rd energy?
familiar. It doesn't feel nice.
Yes.
It just feels dark. It's just always watching.
So I'd like for you to go ahead and get your guides around you. The one for love and the one for protection. And let's find out who this dark energy is. I want you to shine your light on this energy.
Yeah.
Who is that?
It's a male energy.
Yes.
It feels lost.
Yes. All right, let me speak with this energy. I'm going to count from 1 to 3 and allow this energy to use your voice. 1, 2, and 3. You there. Are you male or female?
Male.
And how old are you, please?
40s.
And tell me, how is it that you died?
Car crash.
Car crash. What happened once that car crashed? What happened to your soul?
I was here.
Yes.
I don't know where I am.
Okay. So how is it that you found Ginny?
She can feel me.
She can feel you. And what did you need her to know about you?
I wanted her to help me.
Okay. Let me ask you something. What was your name when you had a body?
Gary.
Gary. Very good. So, Gary, when you died in that car crash, you should have seen a light. What happened that you didn't go to that light?
It was just darkness.
It was just darkness. Yes. Gary, when you had a body, did you believe that there was an afterlife?
Not really.
Not really. Well, you see, Gary, it's very important to understand while you're alive that there is life after your life here. Because whatever you believe in, you create. And you created a space that didn't have any hope, that didn't have a way out. Do you understand that you created this darkness?
Yes.
All right, so would you like me to help you find your way?
I just want to know if my wife is okay.
All right, very good. So let's find out if your wife is okay. I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and I'm going to ask one of these guides to accompany you and find out what happened to your wife. 1, 2, and 3. Where is she, Gary?
She's okay.
She's okay. Very good.
She has another husband. She's
Mm-hmm.
happy.
Very good. Very good. So, Gary, now that you understand that she's okay and that she has another husband and a life, are you ready to now move on to your new life?
I think so.
All right. So, Gary, I want you to pay attention and find that little spark of light within you.
Yeah.
Now use your mind and intention to widen that light and make it much bigger. And notice what happens when you feel that light.
It's encapsulating me.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's warm.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Feels like home.
Very good. Before you go home, Gary, how is it that you've been affecting Ginny all this time?
Been making her fearful.
Yes. How long have you been doing this?
Since she was a child.
Mm-hmm. Did you have anything to do with her fear and things that
Yes.
have happened to her?
She wants to explore her powers more.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always made her fearful of that.
Okay, very good. So what would you like to tell Ginny from holding her back all this time because you were fearful?
I didn't mean to scare her.
Mm-hmm.
I was
All right.
drawn to her light.
Yes.
She's
Yes.
good.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
She can
Switch.
help others.
Switch. Ginny, what do you say to Gary? Can you forgive him for not
Yes.
knowing any better? He was lost, and that's why he scared you, because he was afraid of your power.
He's very lost.
Yes. So we're going to now send him home. I want you to find where he is attached to you, your energetic field, how he has been making you fearful. I want you to find the connection, and I want you to pull that out.
Okay.
And Gary, I want you to take your energy with you, and I want you to just begin to follow that light and tell me who's there waiting for you within the light.
It's my grandmother.
What does she say to you, Gary?
You're back.
Very good. How does it feel to be back with your grandmother?
So happy.
Very good. Gary, may the light of the universe always accompany you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And now, Ginny, I'd like for you to close that portal down. And I'd
Yeah.
like for you to begin to use that light within you. Begin to shine that light now, knowing that you have the power within you. You've been able to allow that light now that warmth to go through you, and now you could begin to use your powers once again. No longer fearful that you're going to be burned. That was another life. No longer fearful that you're going to be betrayed and killed. You'll be able to use your power now, finally. So I want you to just focus now on your body and notice what is in your brain that is causing all of these migraines. I want you to do a scan of your brain and tell me what's there.
Stress.
And
And fear.
So notice where it's coming from, the stress and the fear.
My heart.
Yes.
It's
Continue.
always suppressing myself for others.
Yes.
I'm not taking care or respecting myself. I'm always worried that my power will scare other people. I just want them to understand.
Yes.
And love me for me.
Very good. So I'd like for you to ask your brain what it needs in order to finally heal, to release all of that stress, all of that pressure, everything you've been suppressing that's been causing so much pain. What does it need?
It needs self-love. And it needs me to stop suppressing and step into who I really am.
Wonderful. So I'd like for you to go ahead and begin to pull out. You may scream it out, you may pull it out. What is it that you need to get out? You may need to shout it out. Go ahead and do that now, everything you've been holding back. Yes, let it out. Get it out. Don't hold back. Yes, let out the pressure. Pull the plug. Tell yourself and the world who you are. Yes. Tell me when you're done.
I think I'm done.
Very good. So now we're going to do something very interesting. I'm going to strike the tuning fork, 2 of them. The first one is for the brain. Every tuning fork that I strike is associated with the organ or the function that will heal whatever it is that I'm striking. The first one is the brain. So as I strike this tuning fork, I want you to begin to nurture your brain with this love, with this frequency, setting the intention to use these vibrations to remind your brain of how it was before this stress, before all of this suppression. Here we go. Beginning to heal the brain.
Feels a bit lighter.
We'll do it again. Release the tension. Begin to image that brain completely healing. And as that brain is healing, we're going to send in vibrant blood Heal it. Flowing that beautiful red blood, healing all of the cells of your brain, finally releasing all of that suppressed fear. And notice what has happened to the brain.
Feels rejuvenated.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was a cold wash come over it, but it was like calming.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Very good. So I want you to notice now what has happened to all of your nerves.
I just feel electricity from them, the tips of them.
Yes. Yes.
It's like they just keep firing.
Mm-hmm. What do your nerves need to feel at peace?
They need to be calmed,
Mm-hmm.
protected.
Yes. So I'd like for you to find a color that represents healing for your entire nervous system.
Gold.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to strike a tuning fork that is for cell reparation. And as I strike that, I want you to go ahead and just flood your entire nervous system, all of those, with this beautiful golden light. Calming the nerves, easing them, talking to all of them, calming them down. There is nothing to fear. There is nothing to fear in this lifetime. You are safe. You are loved. You are protected. Notice what's happened.
It feels like they're like hugging me.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
They're able to breathe.
Yes. Yes. Very good. So I'd like to ask something. There was an incident that occurred a long time ago where Ginny felt guilty. She felt an implosion and a bright light. And she noticed 4 little ones. And no one else noticed. What happened on that day?
She was laying in bed
Yes.
and she was so scared.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't need to be scared, but she didn't know.
Mm-hmm. What was that she heard and saw?
It was a ship.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
She'd seen them for a couple of days beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
She saw them outside her house. She thought she was crazy,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yes.
she wasn't.
What happened with that ship?
Beings come to visit her.
Mm-hmm. Does she know these beings?
She's never seen them before.
Mm-hmm. What did they do when they visited her?
They took her. They
Yes.
wanted. They they took her in the ship.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't malevolent. They were just curious about
Mm-hmm.
her.
Yes. What did they do to her on the ship?
They just stared at her. Um, they they were a little interested in her mother.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
They knew her mother.
Mm-hmm. So why did they take her? Why were they so curious about her? What is so special about this child?
She's part us.
Mm-hmm.
She she has abilities,
Mm-hmm.
and I think she was less fearful. She could open up
Mm-hmm.
more.
Yes.
They just they were just curious about her.
Yes. But they scared her.
She was so scared.
Mm-hmm. Has this been affecting her all this time?
She just made her more curious, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
She's a very curious human.
Yes. Yes.
She's worried sometimes that her curiosity could end badly, but
Is that true?
it doesn't. No, I
Mm-hmm.
think maybe stepping into the unknown sometimes has made her fearful,
Yes.
but it hasn't deterred her.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
She's very fascinated by her mother.
Yes. What does she need to know now about these experiences that she's had and her mother so that they could both feel at ease?
That it wasn't done out of a malicious intent.
Mm-hmm.
They were just curious, but they weren't harmed.
Yes.
It was a lot of telepathy questions.
Yes.
She still feels them sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
but she's not fearful of them anymore.
Very good. And where are these space travelers from?
Um, it's like Arcturian something.
Arcturians? Mm-hmm. Yes.
I just remember when I saw them, they were these short, munchkin-looking beings.
Mm-hmm. And these short munchkins, were they the ones that were commanding the ship or the ones that just came to visit?
And the ones in the ship had like blue suits, but they were taller.
Mm-hmm. What did they look like?
They kind of had blue skin, but they had big eyes.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Were
like a
they,
blue-gray skin.
yes, were they humanoid?
Mm. No, not really.
Mm.
They kind of look like grays, but different.
Okay, very good.
They Their skin was much more bluer, but they had these robes.
Mm-hmm. What color were the robes? Very good. So go
Um,
deeper now.
they were very tall.
Yes. And you talked about the robes.
It's just these long, beautiful blue and gold robes.
Mm-hmm.
I felt calm around them.
Yes.
They visited me in what felt like a dream, but it felt so real.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Do you still communicate with them?
I haven't lately, but I feel like I miss them.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
They kind of, I don't know, they feel like family sometimes.
Mm-hmm. So I want you to
But
notice, looking through the lifetime of Ginny, how many times has she visited a ship?
twice,
What is it?
twice.
Twice. Very good. And in those times that she visited a ship, was it just for them to speak with her out of curiosity?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Were there any procedures done?
no, not that,
Mm-hmm.
not that I know of.
Very good. Is there a message that they would like to give Ginny today so that she won't be fearful?
They just, you were one of us.
Mm-hmm.
We will protect you. Keep
Very.
searching.
Mm-hmm.
You're more powerful than you realize.
Very good. Very good. So I'd like for you now to disconnect from those energies from that ship and begin to come back now. And as we come back, I'd like for you to go ahead and tell Ginny what is her purpose of being on this lifetime now. What is she meant to be doing?
She's meant to be helping others
Mm-hmm. Yes.
and guiding them.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Earth is so toxic.
Yes.
It's like sludge around everyone.
Mm-hmm. What is she meant to do to help others?
Help people out of fear.
Yes.
Help people realize their potential and to raise their vibrations.
Very good.
A
And
lot of
now,
people are stuck,
yes.
so they're scared and they don't realize it. She's
And
meant to guide people.
very good. And these people who are stuck and in this sludge of fear, how is that affecting Ginny?
She wants to help them.
Yes. Does she take on
She,
any of that?
she's very empathetic.
Mm-hmm.
She's highly sensitive.
Yes.
She wants to control her powers with this. She
Mm-hmm.
feels a little lost.
Yes.
She just, she's learning that her energies are her own.
Yes.
She's learning that if she's feeling a certain way, that is not her, that is not her energy. In this sense, it helps her understand other humans.
Wonderful. So moving forward, how can she protect herself from taking on anybody else's energy?
She
So
needs
she
to
has.
meditate more.
Very good. Very
She
good.
needs to build these energetic protections around herself. She
Mm-hmm.
needs to understand her abilities more in order to control them, protect herself, and help others.
Very good. Is there anything else that you need to tell Ginny at this time? Any other message for her?
And she is love. She's worthy of love always.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And she never ever should suppress herself or dim her light for anyone.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
We are here to guide her, and we will always be by her side. She is never alone.
Hmm. Very good. And who is it that I'm speaking with right now?
And her guide.
Very good. Do you have a name?
Um, like Jesh.
Hmm. Very good. Thank you, Jesh. So with that, I'd like for you to go ahead and disconnect Ginny from all of those past lives, knowing that with the death of those lifetimes, they no longer affect you. And I want you to envision those lifetimes like helium balloons and begin to just release them all. No longer tied to you, no longer tied to your feelings and emotions. Eyes 5 wide awake, completely alert, feeling wonderful all over. Welcome back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Wow, what a journey, Ginny.
that was a lot. Yeah, that was a lot.
How does your body feel now?
Uh, Good.
It feels
But
good? Did you
yeah,
sleep any fresher?
there's definitely a lot of energy pumping through, a lot of
Good.
vibration pumping through. So
Wonderful.
yeah,
So we worked on a lot of different issues, a lot of different
yeah,
things. Did it make
yeah.
sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, especially the ball of energy in my chest. It feels like a power just dispersed through the rest of my body now. It feels even. It doesn't feel like it's trying to
Get out?
pop out.
You needed to know where you got that from.
Yeah, yeah,
Did you recognize any of the people in those lifetimes?
yeah.
Yeah.
The one who felt like my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So how
yeah.
long do you think the session was, if you were to guess?
40 minutes, maybe. Wow. Yeah,
2 hours.
well, wow.
And we had a few blips along the way, and
Ah, we did.
you fell right back into it.
Yeah, I think I just
Amazing. What
going with the
lifetime?
flow definitely helps. Yeah,
Yeah. So you had never been hypnotized before. How do you feel about this experience?
it explains a lot in my life.
Yeah.
I actually I get really tired in the afternoon, very, very drained.
Yeah.
So I take naps. I fell asleep on my bed the other day, and I was startled because I'd saw within while I was asleep, a male had popped his head around the corner of my door, and I startled myself awake, like, who was that? But it looks very much like it was my spirit guide. So I would be super grateful if he doesn't just pop in like that
Well,
again.
you can talk to your spirit guide
But
and
I
tell him
can.
that don't scare me like that.
I
But
did,
you
yeah.
have the abilities to see, you see.
Yeah.
And so you can't be afraid of those abilities. He's
No.
just helping, he's being helpful. You know,
Yeah.
they're not there to scare you.
No. I think taking that connection from Gary
Yep.
um like it feels like a weight lifted off me now. Because I would always feel like there was this energy in the dark with me, and it was this uncertainty and anxiety and fear.
Yeah.
So I became fearful of being in the dark because I didn't know who this energy was.
Yeah.
But poor guy, he was so lost and scared.
Yeah.
And
Well,
he
that's what
turned,
happens. You know, he when you die and you don't believe that there's any life after death, there's nowhere to go. You've created this reality. And he couldn't find his wife.
mm,
That's all he wanted to make sure she was okay. He didn't want to leave.
yeah,
Make sense?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So wow, this is powerful.
Yeah, that was a lot.
It was a lot.
But
We went through a lot of different things. Do you
yeah,
want to share any of this or you want to keep it private?
I'm happy to share if it helps other people.
Okay.
Um, all I want to do is help other people. So I was going to say it was funny as well, with the tall blue-gray beings that I'd seen. I'd actually seen them in what felt like a dream before. They were very protective, I guess, in a way of me.
Wow.
So when my ex-partner and I, our relationship became very toxic, I had a feeling that something would happen to him if he continued to abuse me. And I started to feel fearful of something happening to him. Um, I remember a conversation I had once, which was, I will leave. Just don't do anything to him. I understand that this is toxic. I'm leaving. But I
Wow.
had a dream that felt so real that I met with one of these beings, because I remember their blue robes and just how gorgeous they were. And they were such tall beings. We were walking side by side, and they just said to me, it's going to be okay. Trust me, it's all going to be okay. And I just felt such love and trust in them. I woke up and I was just like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I started stepping more into my awakening at that point. So,
Fantastic. So tell everybody where you are, since we're going to
yeah.
be putting this up. Where are you in the world?
I'm in Sydney, in Australia.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's beautiful here. So excited to be able to go through this opportunity and experience with Alba. Been watching Alba for years. Um, when I finally got a session, I was like, well, this is the universe aligning. This is meant to happen now.
Yep.
And I was a little bit worried about going into hypnosis if my ego would pop up at any point. But I know in my comments, Jill Cole had said to just go with the flow. The other comments were your soul will take you where you need to go. So that very much helped. Yeah, to just go with the flow and
Beautiful.
yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah.
Well, thank you, Ginny, for allowing this to go on. I know it's a long one, but hey, if anybody wants a session with me, just go to my website, albaweinman.com, sign up for the newsletter, and when it comes out, it'll give you appointments for my next sessions. That's what Ginny did. So
Yes.
thank you all for watching, and until the next video, much love to you.
Nice.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.